Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm just placing this one.
You are finishing it. What dye did you use for it? Turquoise blue. Oh, you used turquoise blue. It's a Renaissance dye, right? This is a Renaissance hot dye. Uh, what are the chemicals you would have used for dyeing this particular fabric?
The color dye and
Some chemicals. Okay, she has used some colors, that is the dye, and also chemicals. So after the dyeing process is over, what did you do with the water, ice water? You just let it out. Okay. So the same way, textile industries are also finishing off all the dyeing process and they are letting them out. So it's a very big problem nowadays. You cannot imagine a life without this material, without any textile, without any color. You cannot imagine a life. But textile industry is very important, very essential in our lives. But also the textile effluent is also posing no threat to the community nearby. So in that sense, what are the challenges we face when we dispose the particular textile effluent into the nearby livelihood that we will be discussing in the video. The first thing is what you say is the color. So the water contains color. When that particular water is let into the water body nearby, that is a river or a lake or a pond, it colors the entire river or the lake. Even a very little amount of effluent can make a very big impact on the color of the water body nearby. Okay, so simply it will not simply add not only color to the water body, but it will also affect the penetration of sunlight. Sunlight cannot easily penetrate into the colored water body. So what will happen if there is no sunlight? How will aquatic fishes live? So they will have to face threat. So they will die soon. So that aquatic plants also cannot grow properly. So that is the first problem we face with letting out the effluent into the water body. Second one is, as you said again, chemicals. Lots of chemicals, that is huge amount of chemicals, that is especially when you take Renaissance, right? You would have added sodium carbonate and sodium chloride for dyeing this particular fabric. Okay, so the dye liquid also contains the sodium carbonate and sodium chloride. So when that particular chemical is disposed into the water body, it again poses threat. Okay, the salt content of the water body gets increased. It not only increases the salt content of the water body, but also decreases the fertility of the soil, so that the soil will penetrate inside and it will decreases the fertility of the soil. So this is the second problem. Third problem is when this particular colored water with more chemicals is added inside the water body, it will reduce the DOD and CO2. What is the DOD and CO2? That is biological oxygen demand and chemical oxygen demand. Okay, the water which is letting into the water body is polluting the water body. So the pollutants require some oxygen to degrade the pollutant. Okay, so they will take the oxygen from the water for the degradation of the pollutant. So in that sense, the water becomes depleted with oxygen. Okay, so there is less amount of oxygen only available for the aquatic life. It is aquatic fishes, aquatic plants, they receive only less amount of oxygen, so they eventually die off very soon. So this is the third problem we face. The fourth problem is usually industrial units are given approval only they have a effluent treatment. What is the effluent treatment? If you have a wastewater, okay, the wastewater should be treated by the industry, then only it should be set up. But here, not all small textile units cannot afford this effluent treatment. Okay, so this ETP process is somewhat or is costlier. It is not more economical. It is somewhat costlier, so that all small units cannot afford it. So in that sense, those small units let out the water as such without any small percentage of treatment. So in that sense, it becomes a great menace for water bodies and also for the land. So in that sense, uh, these are the important challenges we face in letting out the water, that is effluent water into the. Do you understand now? Thank you. Carry.